Imagine being born into a world of which you know nothing about, into a body of which you know nothing about, around elements and beings on a physical plane that you know nothing about, wired and bred a certain type of way. Everything is made and constructed a certain type of way. You're one day found after living how you've been living for a while. You're found by some pristine and divine, something you never seen before, the greatest thing you ever seen before. They find you in your conditions. They know about you all along. They come and get you. You don't know what to make of these beings, but everything that they display is damn near magical. You've never seen nothing like it. You can't even fathom. You can't process it. They teach you everything about this planet of which you know nothing about that body that you inhabit of which you know nothing about the elements, space, stars, all of these things of which you know nothing about. You came into this world knowing nothing. The only people who knew anything, they all looked a certain type of way, carried themselves a certain type of way, had a certain type of knowledge, taught a little bit of this knowledge, a lot of this knowledge, brought civilization. I think people see where I'm going with this. When you're dealing with a species that by the time they are able to think on a conscious level, and when I say conscious, I mean aware of what they are and who they are, outside of the mountains and the caves, after evolution, after they were taught by the Moors. Since their beginning, since they left the caves, the first thing they saw was us and the things that we had around here. Now, fast forward to now, as old as this planet is, the oldest artifacts all point back to us. What brings this thought process about is the question of what brings the white supremacy mindset and mentality. What makes you feel that way? And this is where I'm going. Imagine coming to this plane knowing nothing, having no true beginning, having no beginning at all. You see, our beginning was stolen and distorted, but we still have it. We can obtain it. We can unlock it even within ourselves. That's a luxury that not everyone is afforded. Not everyone has the timeline that we have. And this is fact, documented fact. Nothing on this planet predates us. Nothing on this planet. It's like the chicken and the egg. They don't know which one came first. Us or this planet. Now you do the math with that one. And you understand why we say peace, God, to get deep. But pyramids, statues, shrines, heads, certain structures, just imagine knowing that the greatest things that you ever produced came from the people that you oppressed. the knowledge that they've given you, the understanding that you have was granted. All of this I'm saying to say, when you really realize that you have nothing, no contribution to creation, no contribution to organic life, no contribution to the planet for real, it gets deep. Why are we all here? What are our jobs? So you gotta put your face on everything. When your face really isn't responsible for anything, you have to make it responsible for everything. The supremacy. What do they have? We got the cosmos, we got the stars, we got Kemet, we got the pyramids. You get where I'm going with this. We have everything, every even man-made creations. You find out they stole all our inventions. Came back and found out we taught them about numerology and astrology and all of this kind of shit. Geometry, mathematics, the alphabet, all of the first languages, Greek, Latin, that's all us. Everything was all us. So for an individual to know that, what do you have to pass down? What do they have to pass down to the next generations? It has to be lies. Because you want to feel like something. You came into this world as you were and then got introduced to all of this divinity. You want parts of that. How can you not want parts of that? But there's certain things that you just can't achieve. So the best thing that you can do is imitate. The best thing that you can do is oppress. The best thing that you can do is harvest. The best thing that you can do is appropriate these types of things. So many different variations of things over all of these years. But the supremacy is what I wanted to focus on. Why is your face on everything? Superhero characters, comic book characters, the movies, music, politics, inventions, intelligence. Why? Almost like no one else has any other capability of doing anything, and that's a little obvious, no? Because what the hell was anybody else doing while you guys was just pushing the world along? What was anyone else doing? Begs the question, don't it? Begs the bigger question, what were people doing before you got here? You ain't even got 10,000 years on the planet. So how do you compete with that? You can't compete with that. You hide that. And you create something entirely different. See how they try to alchemize, but you see the weak-ass alchemy, it didn't work. It never did work. Even when they were doing it, our people were still telling us, just certain people just didn't want to hear it. And the ones that did, they made sure the messages didn't get to them. But sometimes, man, you just got to realize and understand something. I've touched on this a little bit before. And it's really, they could have this. They supposed to have this. It was their time to have this. It was their time to have it. They experienced in this motherfucking, we were supposed to experience something different. And that shit is just coming to an end now. It's over with. We recognize what time it is. Remember what the fuck going on. And you know what I'm saying? But we just got to stop being so hard on ourselves about the whole process or how it went or why do it go that way. Again, they wired that way. They made that way. So that supremacy, they're not going to have no choice. And again, when you're looking at so much greatness that's been documented literally on this planet since the beginning of time, what else can you do? You gotta come up with movies and put your face in all of them, and come up with these characters and put your face on all of it, and come up with these politics and just come up with these organizations and structures and man-made constructs and put your face on it, because that's really all you got. That's as far as the reach goes. It don't go to time and space. It don't go to the cosmos. It don't go BC. You know, so that's just it, man. So yeah, man, just you gotta realize that shit sometime, man. That's there ain't nothing to it, man. They need that. Without that, they have nothing. They have nothing, man. You know, we have it all. We are everything. So that's why, you know, it's the concept we don't get it, but we ain't supposed to get that, man. We ain't wired that way. It ain't for us to get, man. We just gotta be who we are, bro. But I want to come through and say that one time, man. It was just on my mind real quick. I was literally just watching something. I said, nah, man, let me, you know. But, man, peace, man. Peace, peace, peace.